The Alliance for Equality of Blind Canadians is pleased to bring you training on a variety of assistive technologies. Please like and subscribe.
Okay, welcome everyone to our Training Tech Tuesday for today. And today we have a guest speaker and who's going to talk about a new product that I found quite interesting during our tech check, and I'm sure the rest of you will. So I'm going to turn it over very shortly to Christopher Much from Speaking Access, and he's going to talk about his product that's available now on the Microsoft Store, and he'll do a demo of the product. I don't know if Christopher's going to take questions during his presentation, but we're hoping there'll be time at the end, and there will be time at the end for questions. His demo will probably last 25 to 35 minutes or so, and then there'll be some time for Q&A after. For anyone that wants to stay past 1 o'clock, Christopher has agreed to stay past 1. So maybe when the demonstration's finished, we'll that's the demonstration is what will end up on our YouTube channel, but the Q&A can be done in a more open format. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Christopher Much, to him and his computer. And Christopher, if you can remember to share your screen and your audio as we talked about last week, and that should be great. So thank you very much, and I'm going to mute myself as well too now.
Okay, so I'm just going to share. I just got to remember to... Sorry, just bear with me for a second. Just got to go share sound.
If notepad.
Get back there.
Screen sharing me.
So can everybody hear me?
Acceptable use, Scott.
Well, everybody's muted, so I'm going to assume that everybody...
Yes, we can. Yes, it's Richard. Yes, we can hear your computer and you as well.
Thank you. Okay, so I'll start out by the quickest thing to get this. First, I would love to thank you for having me. It's wonderful. For people watching, for Blind Canadians, .ca, it's really appreciated. Anyways, I'm going to try to keep organized. There's a lot of information to go over, so I'll be kind of jumping back between my computer screen. The best thing to do is to start out with Browser, tab 1. Browser, tab 1. Next programs. Just make sure we're getting into mode here. Navigate programs.
Task view window. Running applications list.
Right key.
Join from Zoom
Enter key.
Join from Zoom Workplace app.
Browser,
Zoom
tab 1.
AEBC About Us document. Button skip to main content.
Stop. So I just wanted, there was no point in doing free advertising for Zoom. So anyways, what I'll do is, the best way to say what Access is for is to tell the story to begin with. About 5 or 6 years ago, I was sitting down with a customer who was blind from birth. And he was using a screen reader to do some invoicing. And of course, I had permission to listen to him. And I was absolutely fascinated. Being sighted myself and a sighted developer, I'd never seen anything like it or heard anything like it. So I was absolutely fascinated by the program, and went home and tracked down NVDA, which is a donation screen reader for people who aren't aware, and started to experiment with it. And I don't consider myself overly smart, but I do consider myself, when I get a challenge and do something, that I can conquer it, or at least do it half-assedly, pardon my language. And I couldn't, because I found, I mean, people that start from birth, that's what they're used to. But if you're like me and you're older, like not under 50, I've used keyboard combinations. I mean, just the keyboard my whole life, and the mouse. So making the connection to the 300 plus shortcut keys, and then every time that you move away to go get instructions, I mean, it's great technology, don't get me wrong, it's just the way it will land. And every time you move away, you got to get back to where you were, and I found it very discombobulating for people that had not a lot of experience with it. And then I came up, I just couldn't imagine the frustration of losing your eyesight. That's where it came from, is that people later in life, there's a high number of them that lose their eyesight or start having to rely on screen readers more often. And so I just thought that maybe if we could associate it with word commands, like instead of, I don't even remember what the name, I always forget like when you're in Edge and you want to get to I'll say it really quick, the browser address bar, then you want to, I don't know what the shortcut keys are. Whereas with my program, you just say that command, and it'll go directly there so long as the browser's showing. So that's where it came from. It came from later in life, for later in life blind people, to try to make the learning curve a little better, and be able to concentrate on the things they should be able to concentrate on, like dealing with it, the medical problems, and trying to do work through it. Because just because you go become low vision later in life doesn't mean that you have to not stop working at your job. So that's what this was for. So moving on, let's actually show you Access. So Speaking Access is a different program in the sense that it's not overwhelmingly different, but it's different in the sense that I'll bring it to the front, show Access. I'm not sure why NVDA didn't pick up on that, but Access just came to the front of the screen. And on it, it says main task area, and it's a small window. It actually, Speaking Access has no commands whatsoever. You can't click on it. You can't, it's meant to be exactly a voice program. And on the screen, it'll say Access Menu and Access Help with a little universe in the background. So what it'll do is when I give it commands with inside the program, it will change shape. So when we do dictation, it'll go into post mode. It'll become bigger. When we use the menu, it'll become bigger. And it also has 10 lesson plans that will offer real-time instruction with videos to go along with it. And again, that'll expand. What that does was instead of having a whole bunch of windows that open up that you have to keep track of, and it also, because they're both voice programs, by having it all in the same window, it allowed me not to have interference with NVDA, which allowed you to just work with it with more clarity. So the first thing I think we'll get into, you know that changes size. The other thing is that Speaking Access was developed for the blind and later adapted to other users. So once I got an audio version about 4 years ago, I realized that it would be perfect for people that have chronic pain on using the keyboard, or dyslexic users that want stuff read back, like an in-between for a screen reader. So then that's when I added the visual component, and it really can help other users. And the other thing that I like about that is that it opens up the market, in that instead of specializing to, say, blind and low vision users, I can break it into a much bigger market, probably 10%, 20% bigger, and then that allows me to bring the price down to $30 US. The other thing I should mention is that when I went to go make Speaking Access, I surveyed 70 people that were either blind from birth or visually impaired, and they gave me essentially what the building blocks for Speaking Access were. I've already given you 1, the lower price. 2, they wanted all of this is locally hosted. Speaking Access at no point ever goes onto the internet unless you ask it to do, like, search the mail or exercise those commands. With that said, I'm trying to keep this all on track, so please, thank you for bearing with me. So what I was trying to get at is, with that audio part, is the program is, right now it's in the focus, it's in the forefront, in front of the browser. If you say that you want to exercise a browser command, you don't have to have, Speaking Access is meant to sit in the background, and it is an audio program that essentially becomes a third interface for the computer. So if you exercise browser commands like browser history or browser address bar, then the program needs to be showing. So with that said, we'll start out with every time you start Access from the beginning, you go through what's called a microphone test. And it will balance out and get rid of any feedback. I'd show it to you, but it doesn't really serve a purpose and it gets kind of boring. But it's random. It'll ask you 5 questions and it'll basically say, I'm going to say these 5 things. You repeat it back to me. And if you don't get it right, we're just going to keep moving it on. And then when you're done, you know that there's not going to be any feedback between the speakers and the microphone. So when you normally come in, it'll give you offer you a lesson on the basics, and I'll let you explore that if you decide to have a look at it later. But it'll basically say what I'm saying now. And then so say we get through all that, and I'm just going to start out with the first feature. Every area speaking access, you can say the command access help. So I'll do that now. Access help.
You are currently in the main task area. To access the main menu, simply say, Access menu. If you need a lesson on how to use speaking access, then state, Access the basics. For all available lessons, say, Access lesson plan. To get help as you navigate the program, say, Access help, whenever you enter a new area. For example, if you want to start dictating, say, Open post mode, and then state, Access help, for basic information to get started. Remember to speak at a comfortable pace and avoid speaking too quickly. The main task area is now ready.
So when the help menu, when you say access help, if you heard the information you want and you got enough of it, you don't have to listen to the whole thing. You just say, you could say ga ga goo and it'll kick down. It just needs to hear something that sounds human. Not that I want to hear you say ga ga goo on a regular basis. So with that said, the next part is the people I surveyed were hoping for a menu that was voice activated, but also the command could be executed from the menu. So that'll be the next thing I'll show you. So when the menu comes up, she's going to read out what list it's in, how many items are there, and it'll start reading the number and then the command. So the number is just to keep it ordered. If you want a description of what the item is, you just say description, then the number, and it'll give you an idea of what it is. And then the one thing you have to remember is you don't have to wait for the menu to finish saying what it's saying. Unlike what your grandmother taught you, it's okay to interrupt speaking access. So let's go into the menu and see. We'll find the program comes with sound effects just because I'm geeky and I love sound effects. And so let's go find the sound effect and have it play. Access menu.
Have loaded main menu. 7 items in list. 1. Access the lesson plan. 2. Speaking access commands.
Speaking access commands.
Presently in speaking access commands. 6 items in list. 1. Commands to know. 2. Post mode commands. 3. Print commands. 4. Access sound effects.
Access sound effects.
Presently in access sound effects. 9 items in list. 1. Drum roll please. 2. Play the trumpets please. 3. Access the ocean please. 4. Access was that funny.
Access, was that funny?
Closing menu.
We all need a laugh. So, okay, so I think that's kind of cool. It works that way for everything. So the other thing that you should remember is that you don't need to always remember the access menu because it would be a pain. Like say that you're surfing the desktop and you're trying to get to the notifications area, which is in the bottom right corner of the desktop where it shows you the date and everything, but you can't remember the command. But you know that it's in the list called desktop commands. So all you have to do is say this. Desktop commands.
Now in desktop commands. 6 items in list. 1. Desktop notifications. 2. Ease of access. 3. Desktop run. 4 desktop show icons.
Desktop show icons.
Closing menu.
Show hidden icons button.
So I was mistaken. That wasn't the notification area I wanted to get to. It was the show icons area. I had no idea why they named it that. But yeah, so you can explore that, and then you can move around as you saw. So that way, when you just have to remember the basics. So say that you want browser commands, then you just say browser commands. So how are we doing for time? Access time?
12:18 p.m.
Okay, we're not doing bad. Okay, so there's a menu. We've gone over that in lessons. The other thing I want to be stated is that I didn't create all the lessons. I tried to create the lessons for people who don't have access to teachers. It's not meant to replace the teachers at all, because you can never replace the teachers. You can never replace the human interaction. What it's meant to do is the lessons are meant to be a good follow-up, and also be for people that don't have, like they're downloading at home and they don't have access to, like say people in the States that may not have access to people in the profession. With that said, let's get into the dictation. The first thing is I created 2 parts. The dictation is meant to give audio feedback. There's 2 dictation forms. One is called the print command, and that's for doing stuff for really simple things like forms or just basic, say, a subject in an email. So let's go to WordPad and print out something. Show WordPad.
Princess Enthopia, WordPad
End of
window.
the document.
Blank.
Enter
Princess.
key 2 times. Print, how are you today, ?
Printing. Uppercase. How are you today ? ?
So there you go. So that allows you to print stuff like that. It printed exactly that. Print command allows you to do certain things. If you include the punctuation at the end, like a question mark, period, or whatever punctuation, it'll automatically make the first letter of the word of the sentence capitalized. You can print symbols this way. You can print numbers, and I think that's enough on that. It's just a nice feature not to have to open post mode. And then with that said, that could be, you can experiment with that, but that's a good way to go. So now I'm going to show access again, and then we'll go into post mode. And I'll just quickly show you what it can do before I explain what's going on, okay? And I won't be able to talk when post mode's open. That's the other thing, is that, as you can tell, I'm talking very freely. It's the screen reader sometimes that can be when I'm using the mouse, because I'm a visual user. But right now, just because I'm using speaking access on my voice, we're not getting a lot of feedback from NVDA. And as I said before, you can hear me talk. There's very little interference. So we'll open post mode, and I'll just say it, and then I'll close it, and I'll describe what's going on. Show access. Show access. Open post mode.
Post mode is now ready.
What is the capital of Canada? ?
What is the capital Canada ?
What is the capital of Canada ?
What is the capital of Canada ?
Ask Google.
What is the capital of Canada? Google search and for loading complete.
Stop. So there you go. So
Stop. So there you go. So would be a soap.
Close post mode.
Main task area. Ready.
So what's happening with the dictation mode is that we wanted something that was completely audio. So what you do is you say what you open post mode, it'll drop down and it'll show 2 boxes. One is called the word box, and the second one is called the paste box. So what the word box will do is it will allow you to basically run, it's your control center, the word box. And so I'll go in and I'll show you what that's for. Open post mode.
Post mode is now ready.
Hello, Aaron. Hello, Aaron.
Hello, Aaron.
Access word 2.
Word numeral 2 Aaron.
Access letters.
Capital E R I N.
Close post mode.
Main task area. Ready.
So what that allows you to do is that because the speech is locally hosted, it's not as good as some of the ones that you might be used to through like Apple VoiceOver, I think it's called, or Dragon Speak. It's not as capable, but the difference is made up from that you can actually work with it. And the whole point of that is you could tell what when you use Dragon, it's really hard to move back and forth. It's very distracting. It's hard to get emotion going. But with the, as you just noticed, is that I could tell right away that the Aaron was, whether it was capitalized, that it was spelt right. And because I don't, a lot of people may not know, but Aaron is spelt several different ways. Now we know. And that's the whole point of the word box. The point of the paste box is you literally glue sentences together. So I'll go do that. Show access. Open post mode.
Post mode is now. Ready.
Hello Aaron, comma, new line.
Hello Aaron symbol comma command new line.
Access word 2.
Word numeral. 2 Aaron symbol comma command new line.
Access letters.
Capital A R O N.
Access second choice.
Hello Aaron symbol comma
Access third choice.
Hello Iran symbol comma new symbol hyphen line.
It's being cheeky.
It's being GT.
Hello Michael.
Hello Michael.
Access word 2.
Word numeral. 2 Michael.
Access letters.
Capital M I C H A E L.
Okay. Comma, new line.
Symbol comma command new line.
Okay. I hope you are doing well today, period.
I hope you're doing well today symbol period.
Okay. It's time that we got together and had a meetup.
It's time that we got together and had me up.
It's time that we got together.
It's time that we got together.
Okay. And had a meetup, period.
And had me up symbol period.
And had a meetup.
And pat on the det.
So we can meet up.
So we can beat up.
Access second choice.
So we can lead up.
Access third choice.
So we got.
So we can meet up.
So we can meet up.
Okay. Period.
Symbol period.
Okay. Proofread paste box.
Paste box reads. Uppercase. Hello uppercase. Michael symbol comma command new line uppercase. I hope you're doing well today symbol period uppercase. It's time that we got together so we can meet up symbol period.
Close post mode.
Main task area. Ready.
So post mode has 2 modes. You have a mode that's just like we were in that it'll read back whether it's a numeral. If it's a word number, like say it's the word 1, it'll just say 1. If it's the number 1, it'll start out by saying numeral 1. If it's the word comma, it'll say comma. If it's the symbol comma, then it will literally say symbol comma. If in proofread mode, if the word is capitalized, then it'll say uppercase and the word. So it'll say like uppercase cat. So that was a good example that was a perfect example of the dictation. It gets a little tricky. It works really good with more conversational kind of stuff. But the paste box, literally, you glue the sentence together. And there you go. So let's just go and navigate around the desktop. And we'll show off some of the actual document.
Marie has joined the meeting alert.
So with that said, show WordPad.
Princess Anthopia, WordPad window. Rich text window edit multi-line. How are you today?
Select line.
How are you today?
Delete key.
Carriage return.
Beginning of the document.
The princess and the pea.
I'm just going to go over some of the basic, like you have complete control with your voice over you can move around. Down key 5 times. Down key 5 times.
20 mattresses and 20 feather beds.
Write 3 words.
20.
So you can move around like that. Then you have selection commands. Select 3 lines below.
20 feather beds. The next morning,
Every time you talk, it'll interrupt NVDA. So I selected 3 lines below, but because I was 3 words in, it started the 3 words over and then went down 3 lines and highlighted 4 words. So with that said, there are other things you can do with it, especially the selection commands. Beginning of the document,
the princess and the pea.
down
20.
key,
The princess and the
select
pea.
line,
The princess and the pea is a classic.
proofread selection,
Uppercase, the uppercase, princess in the uppercase, P is a classic fairy tale by uppercase, Hans uppercase, Christian.
selection, how many characters? Selection, character count.
There are 67 characters.
Selection, how many words?
There are 14 words.
So with that said, you can the selection commands will allow you to proofread stuff. It'll allow you to spell out, like we could spell out the word princess, and you can do that. The other thing you can do is you can obviously open programs, close programs. Let's just try doing something like that. Open file.
Open dialog file name. File name, combo box collapsed. Edit
Previous
alt.
key.
Items view list.
Down
Names.
key. Next key.
I.
Escape key.
Open dialog.
Next key.
File name,
Down key.
blank.
Sorry, I'm not used to doing this, but you can tell it's working. I'm just going to end up highlighting the same file. Previous key.
Items view list.
Down key. Yeah, part of the... Anyways, you can see why I invented the program. I'm a mouse user. But anyways, normally you know exactly what you have to do to highlight that. Then you highlight it, and then you just hit next key until you hit get to the open, and you open it. Close window. Close window.
Princess Enthopia, WordPad window. Rich text window edit multi-line selected. The Princess and the Pea is a classic fairy tale by Hans Christian.
Okay, with that said, let's go actually see how it works with NVDA, and then we'll start wrapping up. Show browser.
What is the capital of Canada? Google search and for more pages. Personal.
Browser tab 1.
AEBC about us document.
So as I'm sure you all know, that 60% of all blind users or visually impaired users, actually I don't know about visually impaired users, but blind users navigate using headings. So let's navigate the website by using headings. Beginning of the document. Beginning of the document.
Button skip to main content.
Next heading.
Main landmark clickable about us heading level 1.
Down key.
The Alliance for Equality of Blind Canadians, AEBC, is a national charitable...
Start reading.
The Alliance for Equality of Blind Canadians, AEBC, is a national charity...
So obviously we'll start reading the page. So then you've got commands like next form field.
Open co-browse AI button.
Next form field.
No next form field.
Next button. Previous button.
Clickable banner landmark site navigation landmark list with 10 items more blog pages button.
And then other commands would be next link.
Membership link.
Next link.
Contact link.
And so I'm sure there's a lot. And then, so all of the commands for NVDA and to navigate it are that simple. Because the next link and things like that are fairly easy to remember. But it's when they aren't associated with a letter. I think, which one is it? Anyways, you know which ones of the keyboards that are a single letter that it's hard to make the coordination. But with these, they're all organized voice commands in the menu that you can find. So the one thing I always forget, and I will try it, it doesn't always work, but we'll try it, is headings. Is like level 2 headings, level 3 headings. Even with my voice commands, they can be hard to forget. or hard to remember. They're really easy to forget. So let's try the search menu. And I'll try to talk a little bit slower so I don't throw off speaking access. Search menu.
What do you want to find in the menu?
Headings.
Searching the menu for headings. Found one item in the menu. 1. Navigate headings. In Navigate website with screen reader.
Navigate headings.
Presently in Navigate headings. 14 items in list. 1. Next heading. 2. Previous heading. 3. Next level 1 heading. 4. Previous level 1 heading. 5. Next level 2 heading.
Next level 2 heading.
Closing menu.
Main landmark clickable our mission heading level 2.
Perfect. So, really quick.
I would really quick.
Close post mode.
Mary.
Main task area. Ready.
Wow, I'm surprised that didn't go off. So let's just do some of the browser commands. The other thing that's nice about Speaking Access is you don't have to remember. So say you want browser history. Browser history.
AEBC about us. Microsoft Edge region.
Close
History.
window. Show browser. Oh, I just closed the browser. Open browser.
New tab.
So I think that
Personal.
is
Microsoft
access
Edge
time.
window.
Access time.
New tab. Microsoft.
Access time.
12:34 p.m.
Wow, that wasn't Speaking Access. The program just got lagged for a second there. Okay, so with the browser, you can go into browser history. You can do, I use mostly Microsoft Edge. Well, it is Microsoft Edge. I'm later planning on adding Firefox and other programs to it, but Edge was a nice universal thing. So I'm just going to have a quick look. I'm sure I'm forgetting all kinds of stuff. There's the lessons in there. And I think we'll just move over to questions if there's anything else. I'll shut off the share.
Loading.
Great. Thank you very much, Christopher. And maybe before we stop the recording, I don't know. Actually, maybe after the recording stop, you can maybe let people know how to access the program and any ways to get it for a lower cost or any promotions that you're currently having as well too. And
Can I just say something, Richard, before I forget?
Sure.
Thank you for reminding me that. I just wanted to make the offer to anybody that's listening, Richard, and I really appreciate you mentioning that, that anybody that's willing to download it and try it and just give me a quick email through the contact page, or I don't even mind sharing my email address, and just say basically it worked. I can send a free copy to those people. I've got up to 6 or 7 copies I can give out. Because Microsoft Store only gives out so many copies. So does that sound good, Richard?
That sounds great. That's perfect. And again, thank you very much for this demonstration as well too.
How did it go?
Thank you for checking out our content. To learn more about the Alliance for Equality of Blind Canadians, please visit www.blindcanadians.ca. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe.